this is group 10 from Ms. Bushy's class, and we're gonna teach second graders about nutrition.
Hi guys, today we are going to be talking to you about my plate and nutrition. My name's Julia, and the portion I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the vegetable portion. So on the my plate, when we bring up our diagram, you'll see a green portion, and it's going to be the largest section. That's because you're supposed to eat 1.5 to 2.5 cups of vegetables per day. So what exactly are vegetables? They're all parts of a plant. Now, different parts of plants make different types of vegetables. For example, did you know that a carrot was a root of a plant? Another type of plant are stem plants. So an example of a stem plant is celery. Other vegetables like spinach are considered leaves, and lettuce is also a leaf plant. Another type of vegetable type is a flower, and that example is broccoli. Now, how many of you guys think that if you walk up to your mom on Mother's Day and say, "Here mom, here's a flower," and you hand her broccoli, she's gonna like that? No, Alexis, we don't wanna give our moms broccoli flowers. Now, what are different ways you can eat vegetables? Because let's be honest, vegetables aren't everyone's favorite food. Now, you can have them fresh with dressing. Who likes ranch? You like ranch? I like ranch too. I think ranch is my favorite. You can also bake them in the oven, or you can steam them, but that's actually not the best way to have vegetables because they lose some of their nutrients. Now, what are nutrients? They're like vitamins and minerals that help keep us healthy. So, for example, carrots have vitamin A, and those help you see. Another example is vitamin C in peppers. That helps you to heal cuts and wounds. How many of you guys have fallen off your bike? And you got a cut. What in your body helped to heal that cut? Vitamin C. It's super important. It also helps to keep your teeth healthy. Now, fiber is also found in vegetables, and fiber helps you to go to the bathroom. Vegetables overall help to prevent cancer, and they keep your heart super healthy. Now, the next portion is going to come up.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth, and I am going to be teaching you all about proteins today. Before I get into where you can find proteins and what foods contain proteins, I'm going to be telling you what proteins can be used for in the body. So I have a little handout here. So as you can see, there's a picture of a couple kids, and it's going to show you that proteins are the building blocks of the body. And how is that? That's very confusing, Miss Elizabeth. Proteins are used to make pretty much everything you see. You can see there's kids, they have their hair, they have their teeth, they have nails, they have their eyeballs. Everything that you see has to have a foundation with proteins because proteins are the building blocks. This picture down here is to be an example. If you see, there's a man making a wall with some Legos. That's pretty much what proteins do in the body. They're the building blocks, and they make everything that you see. Even organs like your heart and your stomach and your liver. Other things proteins can be used for is to help with wound healing. If you ever get an injury, how many of you have ever gotten an injury that caused you to bleed a little bit? Me. You? Okay. So yeah, whenever you bleed a little bit, you get a paper cut, but then a couple days later, usually, if you look at it, you'll see a scab, and it doesn't hurt as much. That's because proteins got involved and they helped heal your wound, helped heal your little injury. Another way proteins can help your body is with the immune system. Most people don't really think about this as much, but proteins do help fight off bacteria and viruses to keep your body from getting sick. So this is this one. So now I'm just going to show you where can we find these specific foods. There are different kinds of proteins. You can have complete proteins, which has all the proteins that you will need for the day. and they're also incomplete proteins. These proteins you're gonna have to mix and match a little bit to get everything that you need, but we'll talk about that. The first one I wanna talk about are the meats. Right here we have a nice looking steak. Who in here likes steak?
I do.
You do. You don't like steak? Well, other people like steak, but here we have the meats. This can include up to chicken, pork, turkey, any kind of meat that you can think of has a good amount of protein in it. Meats have complete protein, so if you eat meat, you get all the protein types that you need for the day. The next one I want to talk about is seafood. Seafood includes crabs and shrimp and lobster. This one is interesting because a lot of people are allergic to seafood. Is there anyone in here that's allergic to seafood? No? Okay, that's good. That means you guys can enjoy it because I really like seafood. Seafood also has a lot of proteins, and this one is also a complete protein. So if you eat seafood, you'll get all the essential proteins that you need for the day. The last group I want to talk about are the nuts and the beans. These are really delicious. I like them. This includes walnuts, peanuts, almonds, peanut butter. I really like peanut butter to put on my sandwiches. This is in the nuts and beans group. These are incomplete proteins. These you have to eat with other things to get all the essential proteins that you need throughout the day. So as you can see in this little image up here, according to my plate, people your age, kids your age, need to have around 3 to 5.5 ounces of proteins a day. To visualize that, that's about a can of tuna for your age group. And in percentage-wise, total protein intake has to be about 10 to 35%. So everything that you eat all day, 10% to 35% of it has to be proteins. So now I'm gonna show you a couple pictures that I took at the store that shows proteins, and then we're gonna go to the next section.
Hi class, my name is Alexis. I'm going to be teaching you guys about grains and dairy. Go ahead and pull out your grains handout and follow along and make sure that you're filling in the blanks. Okay, so foods that belong in the grains group include foods made from wheat, rice, oats, cornmeal, barley, and rye. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me an example of food that are made from these grains? Julia?
Bread.
Correct. Bread, rice, pasta, cake, grits, oatmeal, cereal, and tortillas are all made from grains. Kids about your age should eat 5 ounces of grains every day. And half of those grains that you should eat should be whole grains, because there's whole and refined grains. Refined grains have nutrients that are missing. Whole grains have all of the good nutrients that grains have. Benefits of grains. Grains include fiber. So fiber helps to make sure that your heart is healthy, and it helps with digestion and the function of your intestines. So making sure that when you eat, it gets passed through your digestive tract really well and that everything is getting absorbed like it should be. Grains also contain vitamins like B vitamins. And B vitamins help your body get energy. So when you eat protein, fat, carbs, the B vitamins help you get energy from those, and it helps your body have a healthy nervous system. Grains also contain iron, which helps carry oxygen in your blood. And many fortified whole and refined grains have iron in them, so it's a good source of iron. Grains also contain magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that's used in building bones and helps you get energy from your muscles. Doesn't help your muscles get energy, but it helps your muscles use the energy. Grains also contain selenium, which helps protect your cells and helps you have a healthy immune system so your body can be healthy overall. Next, we're going to move on to our dairy. So go ahead and pull out your dairy handout and again follow along and fill out the blanks. Okay, does anybody have an example of foods that are dairy? Sandria?
Milk.
Good job. Milk is the first one on my list. That's perfect. So milk, yogurt, cheese, even lactose-free milk, and ice cream are all part of the dairy group. Now, there are some foods in the dairy group that people think are in the dairy group, but they're actually not. So in order to be in the dairy group, you have to have the right amount of calcium. Well, these foods, they have little calcium and they're high in fat, so they're not qualified for the dairy group, but many people think they are. So those would be like cream cheese, sour cream, and even butter. So how much dairy do you think you guys should have every day? What do you think, Julia?
1 glass.
1 glass, like 1 glass of milk?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty close. Kids 4 to 8 years old should have about 2.5 cups of dairy every day, and kids 9 to 13 should have about 3 cups every day. So kids around your age should have 2.5 to 3 cups of dairy every day. So whether it's a glass of milk, couple glasses of milk, maybe even some ice cream, but careful with that ice cream. But even cheese on your burger, that counts. Some benefits of dairy include, like, it has nutrients for you that your body needs, like calcium, phosphorus, vitamins like vitamin A, D, and B. It also has potassium, protein, has magnesium and selenium, like we talked about with the grains, and it helping with building your bones and protecting yourself. Also, calcium is used for building bones and teeth, and potassium helps with your blood pressure, helps keep your blood healthy. Vitamin D helps you maintain those proper calcium levels, and phosphorus also helps with building bones. So dairy is good for helping with strengthening your bones. Now, some of you might not be able to have dairy. How many of you start to feel sick when you eat dairy? About half of you? That's quite a bit. Many people can't have dairy. So, what should you eat instead, are you wondering? Well, fortified juices, plant-based milk like almond milk, salmon, spinach, and kale, those are all good sources of calcium. So they might not be dairy, but they do help you to get the calcium that you need that most people can get from dairy. All right, so now the next section is going to come up and talk about their food group.
Hello everyone, my name is Sandria, and I'm going to teach you guys about fruit. Now before I start, I have a cool joke for you. Why are oranges the fastest fruit? They never run out of juice. That's a funny one, isn't it? Well, I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of fruit. The fruit group includes a lot of different types of foods, like apples, grapes, oranges, bananas. All these fruits, they help you with get energy. So you can get energy because the fruits contain vitamins and minerals and dietary fibers that your body uses. We need energy to do a lot of things in our daily lives, like to play basketball or to run or to even do our homework. Now, where do fruits come from, you may be wondering? Well, fruits can come from bushes. They can also come from trees. Most fruits they start out as flowers, and inside of the fruit are seeds. Usually fruits have a middle section, and in this middle section has seeds. This middle section is called the core. You can actually eat your whole fruit and take the core and plant it in the ground, and then and as time passes, you can actually have your own source of fruit, whether it be a fruit bush or a fruit tree. Good fruits that you can always try are bananas, because bananas, they will help you have a strong heart, and it also helps you to have healthy skin. Oranges, they have vitamin C. Vitamin C will help you heal your body from illnesses. It protects your body from getting sick. Have you ever heard of this really cool fruit called dragon fruit? Well, dragon fruit is a really cool fruit. It has a pink, leathery outside, and on the inside it can be either pink or white, and it has black seeds. Now this fruit has magnesium, and magnesium is really good for muscles, and it's really healthy for your brain. In general, it is really good to have at least 1 to 2 cups of fruit per day. Now you can have a cup of apple slices, you can even have a cup of orange juice, and sometimes with our dry fruits like raisins or craisins, or even dried bananas, you can have half a cup of those. There's some fruits that actually, or some foods that actually do not count as fruit. Let's say fruit snacks. Fruit snacks do not count as a good source of fruit. Another thing that doesn't count is fruit roll-ups. Those are really cool, yummy snacks, but unfortunately they do not count. So in conclusion, fruits are very important for your body, and they help you to stay healthy, and it also gives you energy. Now, here are some pictures from the store that I took that are good examples of fruits. Fun fact, strawberries have 200 seeds.
Okay guys, now we're going to play a quick review game. So we're gonna ask you some questions, and if you get the answer correct, you can grab a cutout and come and stick it on our My Plate. So the first question I have for you guys is, what does vitamin A help with? Alexis?
It helps with my eyesight.
Perfect! You can grab a cutout and come stick it on your My Plate.
On the vegetables?
Yes! Perfect! And now my other question is, which vitamin helps with wound healing? Elizabeth, do you remember?
Vitamin C.
Perfect! You can grab a cutout and come stick it next to the carrot. Great job. And now the next presenter will come up and give their question.
Alright guys, so who can tell me an example of a food that does not actually belong in the dairy food group? Sandra?
Butter.
Good job! Go ahead and grab that dairy and slap it on there. Alright, next, who can tell me what calcium does in your body? Julia?
It helps keep your bones strong.
Good job! Go ahead and come put one on the board. Okay, the next question is going to be about grains. What do grains have that help with digestion? Elizabeth?
Fiber.
Good job! You guys are so smart. I can tell you were paying attention in class. Okay, how many grains should you eat every day? How many ounces? Sandra?
5 ounces?
Correct, good job. All right, now, Julia, Elizabeth, can you tell me which grains have more nutrients, refined or whole grains?
Whole grain.
Good job, Julia. All right, now we're gonna have our next set of questions.
Okay, so my questions are having to do with the protein category. The first question has to do with what are the 2 categories of protein that I talked about today? Sandra?
Complete and incomplete.
Very good. You can come put your sticker on the My Plate. And the second question that I have is a true or false question. So let's see who got it. True or false? Proteins are only good for muscle building. Julia?
False.
False. Proteins are also good for wound healing and to help protect your body. So now we're gonna do our last section of the game.
Okay guys, the last questions are for fruit. Now the question is, what is the mineral that is in dragon fruit? Yes.
Phosphorus.
Not exactly phosphorus, but it's really close. Starts with an M. Yes.
Magnesium.
Perfect. You can go ahead and put a picture on the my plate. Okay, for our next question is, what is the middle part of a fruit? This part holds the seeds. What is it called? Yes.
The core.
Perfect. You can go ahead and put a picture on the my plate. Perfect. Okay guys, thank you so much for having us teach you guys about my plate. My plate is a great way so you can see what foods you need to eat and how much you need to eat per day. So we're just so glad that we got to teach you guys today, and we hope you have a great day. Bye.